So 6-7 years ago, we set up Athlete Career Transition with a specific goal in mind, and it was to support athletes coming out of sport, help prepare them properly, and then give them real tangible career pathways, which hasn't changed an awful lot in terms of the values and the ideology around it. But how we've actually gone about it has changed markedly from that point. And we've got Ben come on board sort of 18 months ago, and we've now got a really effective team in how we worked, and that flow of work to get to the point where the athlete is it's got a real good view of a career pathway. So, how do you think it's changed from day one when we first set out to do what we wanted to do?
Well, we looked at it very idealistically. We wanted to help the athletes in an ideal world before they retired. And the honest truth with most athletes is they don't get a great deal of time to dedicate to 1 day a week work placement. It's quite difficult. The schedules change. They get outside pressures from performance directors or coaches or family or whatever it may be. It's still nice to help them prepare, but I think the serious work for an athlete and the serious preparation starts the day they retire.
Yeah, I think that's why, again, looking back at what we started, and my particular journey of sending out a load of CVs and not getting one reply, it was just going back to basics and looking at how we presented athletes to make sure that the employer had a real reason, a tangible reason to take them into that environment. So the setting up of the personal profile, which is really important for us now, and the detail that goes into that, which is far greater than any CV. The fact that we do psychometric assessments, and you can talk more educatedly about that than I can, but that really supports the journey that we're going on with the athlete and helps us understand them in more detail. Yeah. And then adding to that the one-way video interview, which brings them to life when we present them to the business partner. Yeah. So
I think that with the psychometrics, certainly it's a real good tool, and it's a good opener to sit down with an athlete and to actually. I know it's quite hard to pigeonhole people to a piece of paper, but sometimes it's surprising that when you see what your results have come out as, that it's like, oh wow, I didn't see that. I didn't see how that would transfer into the business world. Yeah. And then some athletes are like, I've got no experience, and I don't think I'll be able to progress in this area. But it's like when you take it back and give them sport examples and talk to them about the businesses that we partner with and how they value those attributes, it's their light bulb moment. Yeah. It's like, wow, I have got all this stuff. Whether they've got, whatever qualifications or any work experience that they have got, I think that's the main thing for me. That's such a big eye-opener for them. And yeah, the video interview, it just brings it to life, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, how many CVs can be quite boring that you can't get a personality on a CV, can you? So I think that's a real powerful part of our profiling process, and I know we get good feedback from the athletes with that.
Yeah, not just the athletes, but the business partners that we work with are bowled over by the detail that we go into and the manner in which we present, the professional way that we present athletes, and not only take them from the point of meeting them to building that profile and presenting it, but we prepare them properly for interview. We prepare the business partners properly for interview and give them as much information about each other as possible. So it's a two-way stream of information rather than an onerous sit down and very structured and stressful interview process. That becomes more of a conversation about how they can look at their career pathway than something that's really sort of staid and old. And so I think we've modernised how some of our business partners look at bringing athletes into their environment.